So I hate to rain on everybody's parade, but I have to do it a little bit here. We have a medical expert, an infectious disease virus expert here, who went on CNN. Dr. Osterholm, I think his name is. He's been great. He went on Joe Rogan's show early on in the COVID pandemic and accurately predicted a lot of stuff. So here he is on CNN talking about the current state of the pandemic, and it's not so hot.
So how do you explain the surge? Is it just that people are exhausted and they've been relaxed and they can go back out? We're seeing some ballparks start to fill up again in Texas, for example. Restaurants are open. People are getting back to normal life after a year of this. And because I think a lot of that good news that you mentioned gives them hope and optimism that they can return safely to something resembling normal life anyway. So why are we seeing those spikes, and why are you expecting more of them?
Well, I think, first of all, you've really detailed it quite nicely in terms of this roller coaster emotionally. Just 4 weeks ago on this show, everyone wanted to know why I was more optimistic. Cases were coming down, and I understand that. One of the things I don't think people realize, as much as public health measures surely have impacted on the number of new cases, think about this. Last April, we had a house on fire in New York, some states in the Midwest, and we were at 32,000 cases a day, and oh my, the house was on fire. Then we saw in the Memorial Day time period, the upper Midwest lit up again, about the same number of cases, came back down. July, the southern states lit up. We had 72,000 cases a day. That went back down. Then post-Labor Day, cases went up in the Midwest again. By November, we were at 200,000 cases. Then cases came back down again. And finally, in December, January, we hit over 300,000 cases a day, and the South lit up again. So we've had these roving regional increases up and down, up and down, up and down. And I think we're in that right now, except this time we have a much more dangerous virus. This B117 virus is at least 70 to 100% more infectious and is at least 50 to 60% more likely to cause severe disease. And the other issue that really is a major challenge is spreading readily in young kids, which we hadn't seen in the COVID viruses prior to B117.
So this is a new problem, and it's a bad problem. The issue is the new variants are more contagious and infectious, and they're more likely to give you severe illness. So that's a problem. And, there's an argument to be made that the reason why we've had all these new variants is because we really didn't lock down longer. We would have potentially avoided new variants if everybody was locked down longer. But having said that, I get it. That's not an easy thing to do, to tell human beings who are social animals, like, just stay home and do nothing. And I know you already did that for a really long time, but do it for even longer. I know it's easier said than done. And, I myself sort of lean a little bit more in favor of just do social distancing everywhere, wear masks everywhere, and that's the better approach, because I think people do want to feel some semblance of normal life. So it would be really difficult to try to shut everything down again. I do think people, particularly in the U.S., would feel like, fuck this, But, you heard him. Now, he goes on to say, to be fair, that if for like 10 weeks, everybody masked up, everybody socially distanced, we actually would weather the storm pretty well, the spike would ameliorate, and we would have a relatively normal summer, because vaccination rates are increasing. But, that's a lot to say, continue socially distancing, continue wearing masks, because that's not what people are doing. Everything's opening up, and people are sort of acting like the pandemic's done, because, we have the vaccine now, which is great, but everybody's already acting like it's already done. It's not. We've vaccinated like 25% of the country or so. So for the love of God, guys, just hang on out there. And I'll tell you guys, for sure, anytime you're going to be inside somewhere in public, wear your mask. Gotta wear it. Just wear your mask if you're in public. That's it. If you're outside, you don't necessarily have to, but definitely socially distance as much as possible. Wear your mask as much as possible. Get vaccinated as soon as possible. And then eventually, we'll have this behind us. But I sort of agree with him that we're in the middle of another spike now, and I think it's going to continue to go up for a little bit, even though the vaccines are rolling out at a decent pace now, and, eventually we'll vaccinate a tremendous percentage of the population. So just a little warning, little caution. This is one of the experts who is right about a lot of stuff, saying, hey man, red flag, be careful. This thing is not over. You can't act like it's over. Still wear your mask, still socially distance. We're in the middle of another spike now. Get vaccinated. Just hang in there. Hang in there. Still continue to take it seriously because we're not done yet.